McCoy gets rizzed while he's in the Air Force. Holy.
There was this one guy, he made a Tinder account and posted up with his fake M4 in the mirror. I'm trying to get women.
There's no way. Wait, you listened to 10 minutes of Kanye in 15-second intervals?
Yeah.
You listened to like every fucking Kanye song.
I did, just over and over. So, I'm hanging out with like 2 gay guys, for 2 hours a night and stuff like that.
All right, so today's podcast episode, we got Matt, McCoy, and Alston. They're gonna be sharing their little war stories from their big
war stories. The big war that we've both been in.
Yeah, I know, crazy wars. Wait, so where were you stationed, Alston, for your? Wait, you were in basic, right? Like basic training.
I'm in AIT now, so I'm still learning my job.
Okay.
But right now I am in Arizona, Fort Huachuca.
Okay.
Yep.
I heard you just say that was not far from the border.
Yep, very close to the border. I've seen the border. We went hiking one time, and we got like a little safety brief, and a lot of it was if you see any illegal immigrants that you gotta tell people. I guess.
I thought I was going to say you gotta shoot them. But
No.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, no, that would be wild. And then you were in Texas and
South Carolina.
What? Okay. How many friends did you make down there? I know McCoy made a lot because we talked every day, but like how many friends did you make?
Well, the best friends I made were in basic training. The 2 best friends I had were both like straight out of Africa. One was
Whoa, that's sick.
One was from Uganda and one was from Ethiopia. And something cool about this Ethiopian kid is he's never ran on the track before because they got a whole bunch of dirt and stuff over there.
Yeah.
So when we did our 2 mile, he ran like a 12:32 mile. The first time running on the track.
That's so nuts. That's crazy. That's raw talent right there.
Dude, we had this other guy. His name was Ojak. He was from Kenya.
Okay.
And he was 36 years old, but dude looked 16 years old. I don't know what they.
Oh, you were
there,
telling
dude.
me about that guy.
And
yeah.
he ran the fastest out of our whole squadron. He ran I think he ran like a 6.5 minute mile and a half.
Oh wow.
And like. At 36 years old, that's insane.
That is nuts. That's actually crazy.
He told me like how he came over to America originally too. He's he's cyber, so he does like hacking or whatever.
Okay,
I don't know.
yeah.
Too confusing for me. And he created his own like web company over in Africa and saved up enough money to move him and his wife over to New York. And then he created another one here. And then he was like, since this country's given me so much, I want to give back. And that's why I joined the Air Force.
That's so nuts.
I'm like, wow. This dude's more American than 90% of people.
It's side mission money at that point.
Yeah.
Did you have any people like that? Like that had a wild story, or they literally joined like just to join, like just to do something? Because McCoy was telling me about how many people join the Air Force as like a side mission. Like they literally do it just to do it.
Yeah, I can't think of any crazy stories of why people joined. A lot of people that I was with were not from a good place in life, like the whole gang and shoot 'em up stuff.
Yeah.
But
so then they turned it around and went to the military. Drone pilot, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Operator.
Okay. So I want to make sure I had that straight, and then they could understand. Like, I was at the gym the other day, and Alston was there, and then that's how we came up with the idea for this podcast right here. So, why'd you choose the drone operator?
Well, I wanted to be a fighter pilot, and at that point I didn't know that you don't just go in being a pilot. You got to be an officer and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So this was my my way to get my foot in the door for aviation-wise.
I see you. No, I remember you were telling me about how you wanted to be a drone operator, and that's how that's what you're gonna go do. And you asked me if I had a drone, and then we went and flew it.
Yeah.
Before what was it? What's the powder puff? And before powder puff practice, he went and flew my drone in front of the house, and then like 2 weeks later,
different.
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah, like. Well, how long did it take you to get the same one? You bought the same drone.
Yeah, I got it for I think I got it for my birthday actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I flew the crap out of that thing.
And yeah, you took it to the valley with us and we're flying around in the valley. I forgot we did that until I was just editing the best of 2023 video, and I saw those drone clips in that video.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
That's nuts.
So I heard you call them squadrons. Is that like how do it break up? Because we have like team, platoon, company, battalion, regiment.
So we go flight.
That's small.
Yes.
Okay.
Flight's the smallest. And then you go squadron.
Okay.
And then
How big are we talking? How big's a flight? How big's a squadron?
flight is like 50 people.
Okay.
And then squadron is like 200 to like 600 people.
Okay. Yeah,
And
your
then-
your flight would be my platoon, and then your squadron would be a company
Yeah, that sounds right.
equivalent. What's after that?
Oh, wing. Then we got wing.
Okay.
And then we got MAGCOM.
Okay.
So, and there's only like 8 MAGCOMs, 9 MAGCOMs, something like that. The Pacific MAGCOM, the Airlifter MAGCOM.
Oh, so a MAGCOM is that like a whole like region?
Yeah, so like I'm part of
Almost?
like the Pacific MAGCOM, which is like
Okay.
the entire Pacific Ocean, everywhere from Japan bases, Australia, Alaska, Hawaii,
Okay.
California.
So Austin, what would your equivalent of that, like that size of group be? Do you have that
Probably division.
division? Okay.
I'm not sure exactly how it breaks up into that big, but
Yeah, MAGCOM's like the person who controls like 15 plus bases.
okay.
That's
So-
wild.
Yeah, that'd probably be division.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
What's
This is really big.
what's your favorite story from boot camp?
I got a couple, man.
You were telling me a few, and they were wild.
Wait,
yeah.
before we get into stories, do you know what gargoyling is?
No.
Okay. It was like after lights are out or whatever, like as soon as lights out, and then
Oh,
you'd go on
wait,
top
wait.
of the
You told me about
wall
this.
locker, and someone would be butt ass naked, and they'd like crouch down like this on top, and someone else would take their flashlight, and go and shine it, and they like
Man.
that was gargoyling. No one did that, but our drill instructors warned us about that. They're like, if anyone gargoyles, please let us know. And I was like, what the hell's a gargoyle? And then they had to tell us what it was.
Do you have policies like EO and SHARP? If you've heard that.
No. I have
No?
no idea what that is.
So SHARP is like sexual harassment,
Oh.
abuse response program, and it's
Yeah.
like super strict on what you can say, like sexually wise or
Yeah, it's called SAPR for us,
SAPR.
or SARC.
SARC. Okay.
Yeah, like we had this park at one of my tech schools, and it was called SARC Park.
Okay.
It's because every Friday and Saturday, everyone would just go there and get plastered. And they're like, it was like a maintenance only area, and there was maybe like 50 guys to 1 girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was awful. Like there definitely was issues
Yeah.
that happened with, unfortunately.
Yeah, little harassment, chirping
Yeah.
back and forth.
But like we had a 1-star general that was in charge of us over there, and he'd like pull up, like while everyone's just plastered, and like you're standing there at attention or whatever, talking to this 1-star, and he's just messing with you. That was pretty funny.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Right. So what were your boot camp?
What am I allowed to say? Like, what are my limits?
Go all out. Like if it's too wild of a story, then I can just cut it.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
don't trip. Go all out.
So, one of the most crazy stories that I have is kind of towards the end of white phase. We have like three phases in basic training. You have yellow, white, or yellow, red, white, and blue. I guess that's 4, but towards the end of white phase, there was we had this really flamboyantly gay guy in my platoon, and there was one time we have fire guard. If you want me to tell you what fire guard is, I think you probably know what fire guard is.
I don't.
You basically just stay up.
Audience.
You just stay up. It's different wherever you are. Sometimes you do it all night, but the way we had 2 people for every hour. So if it was your time, they'd come wake you up and you get dressed and all your whatever.
Okay.
And sit there at the desk and clock when someone comes in and whatnot. But during fire guard, this guy and his battle buddy decided to go into the latrine and have a little fun time in there.
No way. dude.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah. And then the only reason everyone found out is because he had this friend that was a girl that they were really close with, and so he told her that it happened, and then she just blabbed it out to every other girl, and it just spread
Did
like
you stop
wildfire.
yapping?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
so tough.
hated that girl so much. But somebody, we think it was him, but somebody wrote that he was a slur for a gay person, on the locker, and we had, that was a mess. So once the drill sergeants found out about that, they had all the guys come down that were in our bay or in the other bay that have access to that latrine, and started bringing us down, yelling at us, who thinks that's funny, who thinks that that's okay to do that. If you're in the Army and you can't be doing that, if I find out who it is, I'm personally going to kick you out of the Army. So a whole bunch of yelling, whole bunch of little interrogating. Then they decided they wanted to get every trash can in the entire barracks, and we were doing weapons maintenance too, so there's Q-tips and oily rags everywhere. Dump it all over the ground everywhere, kick it around, yell. Brought like 20-some sandbags in and cut those open, threw it all over the ground.
Oh, no.
Smoked us for like an hour in there with all that stuff on the ground. There's no room to do anything, so that was a big mess. And then we kind of started to say that it might have been other people. We've seen other people go into our latrine. So they brought everyone out every male out that was in the barracks and around the drill pad, and they were doing their whole yelling and getting real mad and all that stuff. And so they were going to take away our family day and our graduation. But they say that kind of stuff all the time to get you scared, get you stressed, a whole bunch of stuff they lie about.
They said the same thing to me. And they made us do some intense stuff to get it back.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you told me another one. The girl jumped down the stairs.
Oh yeah, during reception. So once you first show up, it's when you get your hair cut and get all your gear and stuff. This is not my personal story, but it happened while I was there. This girl decided she had enough. Unfortunately, decided to sprint and jump down a flight of stairs, and dunzo.
That's nuts.
Wow.
That's so crazy. Imagine you send, or like your daughter says she wants to go to the Army, and like you figure out that happened or something. I would not know what to do.
Yeah.
Like that's actually so crazy.
I had like a gay incident happen in our dorm too, but it was this one guy. His name, okay, I won't name drop him, but he was like
full legal.
He got recycled back to my dorm.
Okay.
And he slept like a couple beds down, and I'm pointing like you can see.
Yeah.
The bed.
No, I got you.
And he kept on like coming up to me, like he seemed like totally normal, like you couldn't tell he was gay whatsoever.
Like he was a little bit in the closet.
Yeah, kind of, but like I don't know, like it wasn't obvious. Like like with gay people, it's like either really obvious or you can't tell at all.
Yeah.
This dude, you couldn't tell at all. And he kept on coming up, and he was like you like dudes or something, don't you? And I'm like, fuck you mean? And do I like dudes now? And they're like, yeah. And
McCoy gets rizzed while he's in the Air
and
Force.
then I would get these letters from females in basic or whatever, and they'd like send me pictures of them and whatnot. I'd be like, dude, does this look like I like guys or whatever? He was like, I don't know, man. Gay guys hang out with the prettiest women. And like, bro, shut up. And like, he kept on like.
He kind of does have a point with that. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, well, like they're friends or whatever.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I never thought of that till now though. Like that just clicked in my head.
And so, but I don't know. He was like consistent for like 2 weeks straight, trying to convince me that I was gay. And then like on the last week, he sat down with every night we'd have like a little meeting in our day room, and like talk about how we could better ourselves for the next day or whatever. And he stood up. He was like, I'd just like to thank all of you guys for being my brothers, and I am like extremely gay, and I want to thank you guys so much for not making fun of me, not for abusing me, not for doing anything like that to me. And all of us are like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Because and then thinking back, he was the only guy in our entire dorm that would shower with underwear on. That everyone else, we didn't care.
Probably scared.
Oh,
Dude,
wait.
probably.
So this is when you guys all figured it out.
Yes.
Like y'all didn't know till then.
Yeah, we thought that the dude
okay.
was just like, I don't know, had a small dick or something. Like we didn't know.
You're like, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah. And dude, it was like, that was kind of crazy. And he was like really weird. Like I got a shirt signed by everyone, and before we left, it's because like we all ordered I love my airman or whatever. It was like a joke. It's like such a shitty shirt that we all ordered. We were all gonna
like the
sign
I Heart NYC, but it says I Heart My Airman. Is it
yeah,
like that?
Kinda.
Okay.
It was like super cheesy, and all of us agreed that we were gonna buy it to
Okay.
like match with our dorm or whatever as a joke. But it never came in the mail for us there.
Oh.
Because like we ordered it early, and they're like, okay, yeah, it'll get to you about 4 weeks after basic. And I'm like, well, what the hell's the point then?
Yeah.
You know. So we all like took our PT shirt and like signed it. And he wrote on the back, he was like, your favorite gay man,
Oh, boy.
or whatever, with like a little winky face.
oh,
and I'm like,
boy.
dude, no. Like it was just, it's
Oh,
weird
boy.
as shit. But that was one. So did you guys have textbooks in basic? Did you have iPads?
No.
No. Okay.
Wait. I remember this story. I
So
remember
we
this.
got
You had
we used
iPads? Like,
iPads. We had iPads in basic for instead of textbooks.
okay.
But those Johns got us in so much trouble.
I bet.
Because the cybersecurity kids learned how to hack them. And people were FaceTiming their families, watching YouTube, posting on Instagram, signing in on Snapchat.
Dude, wait. Posting
listening
on
to-
Instagram?
Yes, dude.
They
They
were-
were taking snaps in the latrine and posting them on their
They're
story.
trapping off of Air Force
They were,
iPads.
dude, like there was this
Crazy.
one guy, he made a Tinder account and posted up with his fake M4 in the mirror in his fucking PT uniform trying
There's
to get
no
women.
way.
Yeah, dude. Like
He
these
was
guys
trying
are
to
weird.
riz up on a.
With a fake gun. Like the gun, okay, so the gun was real, but like parts were taken out so it couldn't use, and then we put an orange cap on it.
BFA?
Yeah. And,
What?
Yeah, and this guy's posting up like trying to act all hard with it and stuff like that.
At what point did he think that was a good idea?
I don't know, but he got in big trouble for that. But then like people
bet.
were going as far as like downloading porn on these and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm sure.
And so like this was going on for like 4 weeks is what it happened. And like you're supposed to like track what's on the iPads. Like the Air Force is supposed to be like really smart. I guess they're just complete dumbasses. And it didn't flag any of their systems at all.
Damn.
And so they would have never found out. But these two girls got in an argument in the dorm, and one of them snitched on the other about it. And then that just opened an entire can of worms. And so then it was a Sunday, and I was at church, and we had this master sergeant, E7. And this dude's like he's like 6'7", 6'8", terrifying man. Okay, everyone was terrified of this guy. His name is Master Sergeant Lovick. He's, should be in the league.
Wait, are you allowed to say what you did on the iPad, or will you get in trouble for that?
I listened to music. I listened to, I think because I pulled up so the way you do it, you just go to settings and then privacy, learn more, and then it'd take you to the Safari, which was not downloaded on the iPad. And then you could just type in Safari, whatever you wanted. And like the number one suggested was iTunes.
What did you
And-
listen to?
I listened to Kanye. I listened to 10 minutes of Kanye. That's all I did on those iPads. And
What was your first song?
I think it was Heartless. by Kanye. But okay, so the worst part is that you couldn't play a full song. You only got 15-second snippets.
Oh,
So-
wait. You weren't like going on YouTube and doing this. You were going off off the iTunes. Like,
Yeah, dude.
Wait,
So
wait, you listened to 10 minutes of Kanye in 15-second intervals?
yeah,
So you listened to like every fucking Kanye song.
I did, just over and over. And like I lay there in bed, like listening to it, trying to like fall asleep and stuff like that. It was so bad.
That's so fucked.
But I was at church and the master sergeant came in and he was like, all right, we heard that people are hacking iPads. Who here knows about it? If no one fesses up and we find out who did it, you're all getting kicked out right now. Well, no one said anything.
Yeah.
But I was at church, and so I didn't know anything about this. And so then he wrote like a letter. He was like, to anyone who was gone or whatever, fess up and say that you did it right now, and you'll have a lesser punishment if you confess to what you did. I'm thinking like, fuck this, I'm confessing, bro. I'm stressing. I'm like, I need to graduate, I can't be a failure to my family.
Because your mom passed away while you were gone, and you got the phone call.
Yeah,
And
once a week.
Yeah.
Once a week.
Yeah, so you called me, and you were telling me about how you were listening to music on the iPad when you weren't supposed to. And you said it so vaguely because you only had so much time on the phone,
Yeah.
and you wanted to just like bullshit with me for like 45 seconds. Yeah. So you told me, and then you're like, okay, I gotta go talk to Lito. Love you. And then hung up. Like, I couldn't even reply. So I'm tripping. I was like, dude, is McCoy about to get fucking kicked out because he wanted to listen to music on the iPad? Yeah. I was like, dude, ain't no way he is this dumb. Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, no, McCoy has to be smarter than this. There's no way.
Yeah. Well, so I guess, like, that's how you got to Apple Music, was through the settings. But then if you wanted to do anything else, you had to, like, jailbreak it and, like, completely hard reset.
Oh, so you didn't do shit?
I didn't, no. I thought I was, like, insane level.
Yeah, because you called me and you were so stressed. It was like a 45-second call.
I was stressed.
Dude, I wish I could, like, go back and record that call so they could fucking hear it.
Dude, when I found out that they were kicking people out for this, I started losing sleep. I wasn't eating as much. Like, I was stressing about this. And so I went down and, like, I had to go talk to a captain, an 03. I don't know if you guys call him captains.
Yeah, that's a captain.
And a captain and the master sergeant, and then my first shirt. And I had to stand there with a wingman and stand at attention. And I chose my wingman. That's like our battle buddy, is a wingman. And we walked down there, and it was one of the guys that I taught how to do it, And I'm like, it's because we were both at church together, and he was like, dude, if you're going down, I'm going down too with you. I'm like, thank you, man. And so we went down there, and dude, we just spilt our guts on everything we did. And they're like, okay, can you show us how you do it? It's because no one's shown us how to do it. And I was like, okay. And like, I was the first person to confess.
You're like,
dude, I was like shaking. I'm like, permission to adjust, sir. And I'm like, dude, it was horrendous. And so they're like, okay, we're gonna look more into this. And then so we had and then it went up to our squadron commander, which was a lieutenant colonel, and he came in and talked to the whole squadron about it and stuff like that. And then we had a colonel, a full bird colonel, come in. He was the training squadron, which was like even bigger. Come talk to us, and we all sat in this auditorium, and we're all sitting there like perfect, waiting for the colonel to come in. Okay. And he was like, so very disappointed in all you guys. I just want you guys raise your hand if you knew about it or if you participated in anything that had to do with the iPad incident. If you don't know, thank you. If you do know what I'm talking about, which you should, please raise your hand. And he said, they were thinking that was going to be maybe 15, 20 people out of the 500 people that was there.
Squadron.
It was 400 and something people rose their hand. There was a handful of people that didn't raise their hand. And he turns around and he goes, fuck. Okay, we'll discuss this at a later time. And then he just leaves. And everyone just started stressing.
Okay, wait. So if the tech kids figured out how to do it, how did that spread so much? How do you think that spread so much?
Oh, you tell one friend, and then they tell another friend, and then they tell their friends.
But okay, you said you had to fully jailbreak that shit to get to anything, or something.
Dude, I mean you don't understand how much time you have. We were pulling 16, 18-hour days. And so you'd be sitting down and your drill instructor would be gone and you're snipping strings off your clothes.
Yeah.
And then or people are studying on the iPad and whatnot. And then they'd be like, yo,
I
check
feel
this
if
out.
I had that much free time, I could find
I mean, it's not really free time.
Well, okay, not necessarily free time, but
downtime.
Yeah, doing not doing very much.
Writing letters or something.
Yeah, I feel like I could figure out how to fucking hack an iPad pretty quick.
That's crazy to me that you guys had iPads.
Yeah. What was your schooling like? If you didn't have textbooks or iPads?
It wasn't schooling.
Oh.
At that point it wasn't schooling. It was fucking. I mean, I guess it could be considered schooling, but no textbooks, no really in the classroom stuff. The only stuff we did in the classroom was learning land nav or learning about the rifle itself. Did you guys ever do RM, rifle marksmanship? Ever shoot?
Yeah, we did.
What's your qualification like?
So we have 24, or no, we have 40 bullets. You have to hit 24 of them on target. Okay. At I believe it's 50 yard, 150 yard, and then a 300 yard.
Do you only have 3 targets? Do they pop up?
No, we're all in a big long line. So it's a simulated 300, I guess you should say, because we don't have enough space where we're at. Because we're in the middle of San Antonio.
Okay.
And so It's like a simulated. So like the target's like this big that you got to hit perfectly, and what's it called? Yeah, you just shoot, and it's just there. It's like you're at a gun range here.
Okay. Do you have to be in different positions as well?
Yeah, you have the standing, and then you
Yep.
have like the leaning against the little post, and then leaning on like a flat post, and then underneath squatting, and then one knee, one low knee, and then prone. Is what we had.
Okay. Yeah, we have it the same 40 rounds, but we do it outside where there's space and there's targets that'll pop up randomly, but they've been shot who knows how many million times. So I mean, it's very common for you to shoot and then go through a hole and then it doesn't go down. So I did not get a very good score for that. But we shoot once.
And you're like in the middle of the desert, right?
No, I'm in the like fucking jungle, dude. This is South Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
was like
yeah.
25 minutes away from where I
Okay,
was.
okay.
And so you'd shoot once.
Jungle.
It is.
Yeah.
I need to go to South Carolina. Like I want to
No,
go
you
to South
don't.
Carolina so bad.
No, you don't.
I want to
Did
see
you go
what
to
it's like.
Charleston?
Yep. I went there on my family day. I went to an indoor gun range and rented a full auto MP5 and dropped 2 mags.
I like Charleston.
Hell
I had
yeah.
fun there. Except we
Yeah.
had a hurricane and a tornado while I was there.
Yeah.
So that was not that fun.
How many rounds do you shoot from different positions?
5 from each.
Okay. We shot 10 from 4 different positions. Well, 9 from one and 1 from another. You shoot one standing up, drop down, do 9 unsupported, and then unsupported prone, and then 10 supported prone, and then 10 kneeling supported, and then 10 standing supported. And there was one time I actually burnt the hell out of my hand because actually that same gay guy that I was talking about, he placed his rifle down next to mine, and I went to pick mine up, and I touched the barrel of a gun that's fired 40, 80 rounds recently, and I think it was this hand. It must have been this hand, but I was burnt all along here, all on my fingers, and no, it was this hand because I had to touch the metal sharp like Picatinny rails and stuff on it, and I was qualifying with a burnt hand. I think I still qualified. That might have been my best time actually, but.
Wait, could you like not tell anyone that happened?
Oh no, I told someone. It was kind of embarrassing to tell someone, but
Yeah.
we have these since it's so hot. We have arm immersions. You have those?
No.
A big barrel with water and ice, and you dunk your hands in there for a minute, then hold them above your head.
No, we didn't do that.
Kayla was so fucking hot for us, so.
Dude, don't even get me started on heat.
Okay, so.
Well, I guess you were in humidity. We were
Yeah.
in like desert.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
What
was
were
different.
Did you guys have field exercises? Like go out in the field and sleep
Yeah.
in a hole and stuff?
yeah, so we only
sleep in a hole. What?
Okay, well not in a hole. We had air conditioned tents.
That is actually, that was insane to me the first time I heard
Yeah.
that. We slept days in a hole. Like,
We spent one night in an air conditioned tent.
that's
you were in a
insane.
hole. Wait,
Did-
how many days were
Like
you
a
in the
foxhole.
My longest one was the Forge. I think that was it was either 3 days, 2 nights, or 3 nights, 4 days.
You were sleeping in a hole.
Yeah.
Explain this hole in the desert that you were
So-
sleeping in.
They're called,
The jungle.
yeah.
A jungle.
Tec-
Come on, dude.
My bad, my
technically,
bad.
they're called hasties because they're hasty fighting positions. So you dig it's not exactly a hole, it's a rectangle, but enough to fit your body in and lay down and prop your rifle up upside of the hole so you can see out and pull security. But yeah,
Okay.
you dig holes like 2 feet down and lay in your hole throughout the night. There's ants, spiders, all that kind of stuff. There was I was told by some other people in drill sergeants that it's good to make sure your boots are tucked in well and tied
Yeah.
and cinched up these so nothing would crawl on you. But I think it was during my anvil. We have 3 field exercises. We have a hammer, anvil, and a forge. The hammer, that was our first one, so we went out there and kind of had some learning about how to put face paint on correctly and dig a hole. We never actually dug a hole. We because the first time we had a IDF. Do you know what IDF is?
No.
Indirect fire, so like when mortars are coming in or artillery is coming in. So they'll play these big cannons and throw simulation grenades, and they whistle before they make a bang. And so when that happens, you gotta get up, run, come to a spot and like make accountability, make sure everyone's there, everyone has their guns. And the first time it happened, 3 people forgot their rifles in the woods. So we stayed in formation from about 7 o'clock at night until 6 o'clock in the morning, standing up in formation. All
So
throughout
they
the
could
night.
go fucking find their rifle?
No, just for punishment.
Oh, damn.
And we actually got to use night vision there too. It was kind of,
Oh, yeah, we didn't have night vision.
yeah, didn't really get the whole experience. We got to hold it in front of our eye and take a walk in the woods.
Oh.
You didn't get to put the whole helmet on?
We had these, what are they called? ACHs with, there's little things that they could connect down, but some of us didn't have it, so we all just
Okay.
did it there. But yeah.
Took a walk through the woods like that?
Mm-hmm. It was actually pretty
Nice.
cool. I really liked them.
Yeah.
That little
Wish I could do that.
nod is like $4 or $8 a piece. I was actually wanting to buy some for myself. But
Yeah.
It's a little bit of money.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
we don't get paid like that.
yeah. And then we woke up. They had us do personal hygiene, so we went in the woods and shaved and all that stuff. Cleaned yourself with wet rags and stuff. But then right after that happened, I don't remember what exactly got us in trouble, but after all that, no sleep. Actually, I got sleep because I'm a little rat, but
How'd you get sleep in that?
so after everything was, people were cleaning up and everything, everyone's walking around in the dark, I, go back to my little position and lay down and pretend like I'm waiting, just helmet in the ground, full sleep.
Okay.
But I wasn't really scared at that point. But, after we did the personal hygiene in the morning, I don't remember what happened, but we got in trouble where everybody but one platoon, because their platoon messed up, we all had to crawl through a good old mud pit, like
Oh, shit.
maybe 20, 30 feet of it, not that much, but it was not fun because then we did that and then we had to do a whole bunch of getting smoked a lot in that muddy, wetty uniform. And then hopped on buses and went back. And my company and my platoon, I truly believe that we had the hardest experience out of every other company in the battalion because we had a lot of infantry drill sergeants. So
Okay.
we had 2 rangers and then I think just 2 normal infantry, and the way they had it was a lot worse than how we would have it. So they like to.
Wait, so if the viewer doesn't know, explain the difference between infantry and a normal sergeant.
So you have different
Yeah, right.
MOSs, different jobs. So I'm sorry.
No, well, he
I said the
said,
wrong thing.
what's the difference between a sergeant and infantry?
Oh,
I
so
think he meant like ranger and infantry.
yeah, you mean ranger and
Yeah,
infantry?
yeah, that's what I
So
meant.
ranger is a school that you can go to. It's called a RASP. It's like a 2-month-long thing, and it more specialized into like the nitty-gritty of how to be a soldier on the ground, kicking
Okay.
in doors and clearing buildings and all that stuff. Super
Badass
cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like a one step closer to like special forces.
Okay.
So yeah, they're pretty hard asses. And it is cool because everyone would be wearing the basic stuff they issue, and they've got these super cool plate carriers and helmets with patches and like all kinds of stuff on their helmet because it's personal stuff. They can use the personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And shoot, I forgot where I was.
You were saying your platoon had the
Yeah.
hardest.
Yeah, we had just the short stick on everything. People would other companies would get buses to places, and we walked everywhere. And I think of some other things. Other companies would go down to the DFAC to eat, like a restaurant or a cafeteria type thing, and we would
Yeah.
have MREs every day. I didn't complain. I liked the MREs. It's a lot less standing in line waiting.
Yeah. We just ate MREs like 2 weeks
I
ago.
brought some back.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite MRE?
I don't really have a favorite. You don't really get to pick. You just get what you get and eat it.
Yeah.
What was your least favorite then? Do you have a least favorite?
Yeah, there was like some kind of vegetable spinach fettuccine or something. That one was not good. But
Wait, McCoy, what's your least favorite?
Dude, like beef goulash.
oh, that's fire, dude.
Dude, I hate
That's fire.
That's
hate
what
the beef
McCoy's grandpa
goulash.
said.
Yeah, because those ones come with the red like Twizzler kind of little bits. Remember
we
that?
didn't get no red Twizzler bits in ours.
In your MREs, you didn't
No.
have no, like candy or nothing in there?
we have candy. We didn't have Twizzlers. We always had sour Skittles.
You had the
Mhm. Sour Skittles.
you had the
That might
gum
be
that
good.
supposedly made you shit or whatever.
Yeah, did
The
you guys were you
laxative
guys
gum?
told that like the gum inside the MREs are
yeah.
like laxatives?
Yeah, it's not.
Did you try it?
Yeah, that's like just a
A myth.
yeah.
I don't know. People were shitting.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because of the MREs or because of the gum, but
Did you guys
I
get
wanted that MRE.
Probably.
I'm not gonna lie.
Did you guys get shit bars? They're like calcium bars.
No, we got protein bars.
Okay.
Okay, so every night we'd get one protein bar during our dinner chow.
Okay.
And as like a midnight snack because too many kids would complain about not having proper food.
Damn.
But, well, I guess, okay, so I know the Air Force boot camp used to be way harder back pre-2013. But in 2013, they like really softened up because actually, so each of our squadrons have like different names based off of airplanes. So like we got the Mustangs, the Warthogs, the Raptors, and stuff like that. And one of them was actually called the Predators. And
We had some Predators.
The EDP.
yeah, based off of the Predator drone.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sick as fuck.
Yeah.
But the drill instructors would rape all of the trainees and stuff like that. So there was like a ginormous scandal that happened where literally that these drill instructors were raping like hundreds of kids every year.
Damn.
Every month they were doing it.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So
dude?
they completely shut it down and like restarted, like cleaned the whiteboard. So
Wait, like completely revamped what the Air Force is.
yeah. So it
What
went
the
from
fuck?
like kill to kind of more of a business mindset now. Where like, dude, I went there, I
Sleeping
felt
in
like I was
tents.
going to college. Like
Yeah.
That's
like-
what it is for me now. It feels like a college, but
Yeah.
during
Like
my base, I mean, it was you're getting fucking yelled at. You need to be everywhere, right there on time.
yeah. Well, like we still had that. Like
Okay.
that was like 40% of it, but 60% was like classwork and like stuff like that. So like I got an associate's degree from going to basic. You know. So like yeah, I went to college, you know.
Yeah. That's it.
And but yeah. But I don't know. I got two really good drill instructors too. One of them was a civil engineer, but he was a like a special civil engineer. He would go undercover into foreign countries. He was like Asian, so he'd like go into Asian countries and stuff like that, and like build secret bases or whatever. I don't know. That's what he
That's
told
nuts.
us. And then the other one was a door gunner on the CB-22s over in the Middle East.
What's a CB-22?
The Ospreys, the tiltrotor.
I thought those were
airplanes.
only Marines. I thought it was a Marine aircraft. I didn't know the Air Force had that.
Yep, we got him. So, but he worked with the SEALs mainly. So he worked with the Marines a lot.
Okay.
So, which was kind of sick, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Those
he was this
things-
big burly man too, and I'm like, wow, this dude has seen shit.
Those Ospreys are pieces of shit, huh?
They are. They're death
what I've heard.
machines. They are. Yeah.
What's an Osprey?
So like
Wait, is this the aircraft that keeps fucking crashing?
yeah. So like
okay.
it can like fly this way, but the things rotate up and it can go up and down.
You play Black Ops 2?
Yeah.
The VTOL.
Oh.
So it's got these two
yeah.
propellers that'll come up and you can hover and take off, vertical takeoff and landing like a
Yeah.
helicopter, and then go forward to fly forward. I think the aircraft they're putting in for the Black Hawk is like that, isn't it? Like
I don't think they're gonna-
revamping they're getting something new for the Black Hawk equivalent.
I don't know. I
That's-
haven't heard anything
okay.
about that.
Yeah.
Just leaking classified info like it's
I've seen that shit on TikTok, man.
Oh, okay. It can't be that
Okay.
bad if we saw it on TikTok.
Yeah. China's just spreading misinformation on there. Or
Probably.
something. I don't know.
Fair.
Probably.
Dude, so like, okay, speaking of China, I don't know how much you guys can talk about it, but like what did they tell you about China? If you want to talk about that.
They don't really tell me anything about China. I mean,
No.
I'm not quite not in the real army yet. I'm still in Stray Dog, so not force comm, so there's not any talk about that, but
Well, like at basic, we had 2-hour class that was just about China, and the threat of China. So
a 2-hour class every
a
day.
2-hour, no, just one time.
Oh shit.
It's just 2 hours.
My
once,
bad.
just about like the threat that China is to us and how we're
Okay.
gonna overcome it. And so like I don't know, I think they like low-key hella brainwashed me because I like hate China now, like wholeheartedly.
Do I leave that in?
I mean, I don't care.
Okay.
Like if I like go and I buy something that says made in China, like I low-key get pissed off.
I was like, dude, fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I will look and I'll look like, oh, where is this made before I buy it because of that reason now. Do you guys have these 2027 tabs that people wear?
A what?
Like, you know, like the Arctic tab.
Yeah.
So we have a 2027 tab.
Okay.
That we wear in the Air Force. And like some people like started wearing it because someone said something about it. And then we had this like, I think a 3-star general come and wear it at our base. And so everyone was like allowed to wear it then. So it was like, you have a 3-star general, you know. If he can do it, anyone can do it, kind of.
What does it mean? What does 2027 mean?
So that's the year that we're gonna attack China if they don't attack us first. So, that's what they're telling us.
Can't wait for that shit.
Yeah, dude. My contract's still gonna be going at that time, so like, dude, send me over there, please. You know.
That's fucking crazy.
Dude, it gets me like, I get like
Wait,
fired up.
Can I leave that? Oh, I guess a general wore it, and it's like common. Okay, yeah.
But
that is speculated, though, I'm sure.
oh yeah, well, I mean, like, you know, we talk a lot of shit, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Like Russia said that they're gonna invade Alaska, but we're still here.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
it's more like a morale thing, I guess.
You want to tell the story about the butt naked drunk guy when we were playing
Holy
fucking
shit,
Fortnite?
No, dude. So I was at tech school in Charleston,
Okay.
and so we were separated. We have like different buildings and whatnot for our dorms because like do you know what a TDY is?
I've heard of the term, but
Like a temporary deployment somewhere
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I finished basic and then I went to fundamentals in Wichita Falls, Texas.
Dude, this
Okay.
story is so
No
wild
way.
to me.
And so I was like still in AIT at that point. But then after that, I went to follow-on training at Charleston. And then I was on TDY, which
Okay.
I'm like full-time Air Force, like real Air Force, but like not since
Yeah.
I don't know, still in school.
Yeah.
But so we kind of like it was one person to a room because we were treated like we were on a deployment.
okay.
And but we didn't have a TV or anything like that in our room. So I bought an Xbox. It's a pastime, and I put it in our day room so I could play it with my friends. And there's like one day room on each floor, and I was on a 3-story building. I was the top. Top is like guard in reserves, and then the middle is active, bottom's active, and then there's 5 other buildings around us that are all active. And there's only like 15 of us on this floor.
Okay.
And so I went to the day room and I'm playing and this other dude's playing 2K in the other side of the room. And I'm playing Fortnite with Matthew.
And Rock.
And Rock. And you know, I'm sitting there on this couch or whatever, and we have a couch here, a couch to the left, and then a couch like on that wall, and then 2 couches on that wall, and then the TV's on like that wall over there. And I'm playing Fortnite, and I got popcorn and some sweet tea, and you know, having fun. And then this dude walks in, and he was like, "Hey, this guy's drunk. You know, he was laying outside of my room or whatever, and he can't get into his room, and so he can't find his key. He doesn't have his phone or anything, so he's just gonna sleep in here tonight." I was like, "All right, fuck it, okay." Like I don't care. You know, you sleep wherever. It's not my issue. I don't know who this guy is. So you know, he lays down on the couch.
Like, as long as I still got my room, I'm good.
Yeah, and Buddy just clocks out, and then he like wakes back up a little bit later, puts on his shoes, and then leaves the room. I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. Not my issue.
He's on his own mission now.
And so he left, and then like 10 minutes later he comes back in, and I'm like, okay, this guy like failed his mission. You know, he didn't accomplish what he wanted. He's back, and so he like lays down and like fully sprawls out on this couch, and then like he starts snoring as I'm playing Fortnite. And
The whole time he's commentating. Like this happened. This started happening like the start of a match. We're like in the middle of the match when he'll get to this part of the story. He just ups and leaves from what we were doing. But I was so confused what was happening because he's giving me like live updates. He's like, "Yo, this guy's putting on his shoes. He's leaving." And he's like, "Oh shit, he's back." And then he like lays down. He's like, "Dude, Buddy is snoring so loud." Like takes off the headset and like puts it in the air. And I can hear him. He's so
Dude, it
loud.
was so bad. And so then he gets up and he was like, man, it's hot in here. I'm like, damn, bro, sorry, you know, like I don't know I can't help you. And so he like takes off his shirt, and I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. And okay, so we also have like guys and girls on this floor, and this is like a common day room where like anyone could go in. Okay. And we also have a security camera in the corner. So.
This whole time, his buddy is just completely dialed in 2K. Like, he is not phased.
He's not phased
on what's happening.
And like, you'll hear him, he's like, damn it, dude, I missed the shot. No, you passed the ball. Like, buddy was getting pissed of it. He was locked in. Like, he thought he was in the league or something. And so the drunk dude took off his shirt, and then he kind of like stood in front of the TV. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to play. and then he was like, oh, I'm hot. He fucking drops his drawers. Buddy goes butt-ass naked. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, get the fuck out of here. Put some clothes on or something. And he starts walking over to me, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he knocks over my popcorn and spills my tea and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? And like, so he comes around the coffee table. And then he and I'm standing up, and then he lays, and then he goes to lay down on the couch I was just sitting at, completely misses, just wham, straight on the couch.
I heard this over the microphone, whack, and McCoy just starts dying laughing. He's like, dude, what the fuck is happening? Like, takes off his headset and like throws it. And I'm like, yo, McCoy, are you good? He's like, there's no reply. Me and Rocker, we just keep playing, and we're like, yo, are you good? Like, we're so confused on what's happening. Because we hear, what the fuck are you doing? After a loud-ass thud, and then McCoy's not talking anymore.
Yeah, I need to find this picture for you, too. So
I think it's in our save chat.
Something. This dude's just laid, blackout drunk.
So we don't know what's going on. And then McCoy FaceTimes me.
Did you put the blanket on him?
Yeah, that's his t-shirt.
And can I put it on the screen?
Yeah.
Send it to me.
Okay.
Text it right now.
I am the 2K locked in. He didn't give a fuck.
He did not care at all.
Okay.
I get a random FaceTime from McCoy, and he's like just dying laughing. He's like, dude, look at this. And he flips the camera, and he's laying. It's like that same photo. That's right there. He's like, dude, I don't know what the fuck to do with this guy.
Dude, I didn't know. And then he was laying there, and he was started struggling with breathing. I'm like, fuck, is this guy gonna die on me? And so I thought of one of my other classmates. He's from New York, and he's a prior EMT. Okay. So I'm like, oh, he'll know what to do. So I'm like, dude, I need you. He comes out, he's like, what the fuck's the issue right now? And this fucking New York accent. He's like, what the fuck you want right now? I'm playing 2K and drinking coffee or some shit like that. And so I'm like, dude, this guy's passed out in the day room. He's drunk as shit. I don't know what to do, man. I don't think he's okay. He's like, okay, yeah. Give me a second. And he closes the door, and then he comes to the day room. And he was like, all right, let's wake up, buddy. Let's wake up. And so the guy eventually wakes up, and we get him on his feet. And there's my popcorn bag on the ground and my teacup and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, let's put some shoes on and find out where you need to go. Now, where's your room? And so he's there, he's putting on his clothes or whatever, and he's trying to put on his shoes. He had slides. Mm-hmm. He put on a popcorn bag. like he was trying to walk around.
I didn't know that part of this story.
And
dude, put on a fucking popcorn
yes,
bag.
dude. I'm like, no, dude, that's not your no. And I'm like, fuck, I got water. I'm gonna go get some water for this guy.
He put on a popcorn
buttery ass.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And so we're like, okay, what room are you? He's like, I'm room 316. I'm like, okay, it's sometimes some people had piss mates or whatever. So we shared a bathroom but in different rooms. And so what?
Piss mates.
Yeah, that's what we just call them.
I've never heard that term, but
okay.
I know what you mean.
Well, you're not roommates, you share the pissers, so you're piss mates.
I see.
And so share piss mates. So
that's real college life. A lot of dorms are like that. They'll have the bathroom in the middle. It'll be 3-4 dorm rooms, and there's the bathroom in the middle. UAA is like that.
Yeah.
That's how mine is, but we got 2 people in a room that share a room. But I got a room and a suite by myself. We call it a suite. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. It's instead of a day room?
No, for my room, where I sleep.
Oh, you have your own bedroom?
Well, we have usually you have 2 people in a room, and then 2 people in another room, and they share the same common area, like a pisser.
Okay.
But I got my own room right now and my own suite.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I had roommates all the way up until Charleston.
Okay.
So.
What does this ACFT mean?
Aircraft.
Okay. See, ACFT in my world is Army Combat Fitness Test.
No.
What is this? What is this?
Fitness
SO?
Grand
Squadron.
Pacer Test.
SQ.
Oh, okay. It's a what?
I go Fitness Grand Pacer Test.
Yeah. So then we get this guy, or
Okay.
we get him like up and going, and we go to room 316, and we knock to see if like his piss mate would hear. And we're like, these rooms are like kind of weird. We didn't know who shared what bathroom, and so we knocked, and then like no one should answer that door, but someone fucking answers the door, and we were like, so do you know this guy? And he was like, no, dude, this is my room. I've been living here for the last week. You know, I don't know who this guy is. And he was like, dude, I don't know what we're talking about. Like, what is going on? And so we're like, okay, where's your phone or something like that? And he was like, I don't know where my phone's at. And so we're like, okay, we'll go on a little mission. And so
I'm on FaceTime this whole time. McCoy's like vlogging this whole experience over FaceTime with me.
And so you're like, okay, you know, what else can we do? And he was like, I don't know, man. I live in room 316. I know I live in room 316 in building 266. I'm like, fuck, dude, this is building 264. No, you're 2 buildings down, you know?
How the fuck did he end up there?
I don't know. And so like we were like, okay, we'll walk over to your building, okay? And we were like, okay, so who are you drinking with? Where were you drinking at? And stuff like that, you know, trying to.
Drinking by myself.
Dude, he was drinking by himself in his dorm.
He ended up 2 buildings down, a floor up in a day room, huh?
Yeah. 3 floors up in a
3?
day room.
Is he elevators or stairs?
Stairs.
That's impressive.
Dude, I know. And like, okay, dude, these were the shittiest stairs ever too. Like, I don't, like, they were fucking like slanted as shit. Like,
It had to been a fucking skill to be able to do that.
Like, this is like a World
Put him in
War
the
II
drunk
base.
Olympics,
World
dog.
War, like World War I base.
Put him in the drunk Olympics. Holy
No,
shit.
dude, it was a Civil War base.
Yeah, I know.
originally.
That's fucked.
Yeah, and so like, dude, he's fucking old as shit, you know? And so we walk over to his building, and we're walking around, and we find an iPhone on the ground. I'm like, oh shit, you know, is this your iPhone? And he goes, no. And when we like Face ID and it unlocks, what the fuck, dude? And so we're like, okay, you know, who do you know here on base? He was like, Kyle. We're like, okay, well, we FaceTime Kyle, the first contact, you know, number last call. And we FaceTime, and he answers, and we're like, hey, you know this guy? And he goes, oh yeah. Is he drunk as shit right now? We're like, yeah. Like, okay, you know, I guess he does this often or something. And we're like, okay, so could you help us get him back into his dorm, or could he come crash with you for the night? He's like, dude, I'm in South Korea right now. We're like, fuck, you know? Okay. And and then we were like, okay, what about this other guy? And he was like, yeah, I share a pisser with him. And we're like, oh, great, you know. And so we FaceTime him. And he was like, dude, I'm in Kuwait. I just got deployed 2 weeks ago. And we're like, what the fuck, yo, is this dude misses deployment or something like that? You know, like, what's going on here? And so we were like, fuck, okay. How else can we get in? And like other people started walking around, because we also walking up to his, like where his dorm was, we found like piles of snacks. Just ran like a trail leading back. And this guy was like a little bit on the heavier side for the military. So
This is the funniest thing to me. Is that y'all found a fucking trail of his stuff.
dude, we did. And, like there was like a sock here, a sock there, a shirt, a hoodie. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And so we
great.
kept on walking around.
This is like fucking, it's a game of Clue. You ever play the fucking board game Clue?
Yeah,
It's a
kinda
game
was.
of Clue, dog.
And then we walked around, and we found a key card. Or no, we didn't find a key card. He was like, why can't we just go to the main building and I can, you know, get a new key card from the kiosk? I'm like, dude, you could have fucking told us that like 30 minutes ago, you know? Instead of us looking around for your shit.
What time in the morning is this, or is this at
This
night?
is like midnight, 1 a.m.
Okay.
And on like a Saturday night. And
It could have been so much worse.
yeah, it could have.
3 a.m. on a Monday.
Dude, I'd go to bed at like 8:39 on weekdays. I'm tired as shit. And so we walked to this kiosk thing, and like this is like a big ass like ATM kind of thing. Like you need some like oomph to move this thing. Okay. And it was crooked. It was not straight. Like, and we look at the ground, and there's a key card on the ground and an AirPod. And we're like, no fucking way. And then also this guy, he like started to form like a bruise, like all on his face. And we're like, what the fuck happened to this guy? Like that's why we asked, like, who are you drinking with? You know, we thought this dude got in like a bar fight or something like that. And we're sitting there, and we're thinking like, dude, this guy probably got drunk as shit. Go get a new key card to get back in his room. And then, you know, he's fucking stumbling, and then bam, just face straight into the ATM thing. And it moves it, AirPod falls out. It's because it connected to his phone. And AirPod fell out, dropped the key, and then fucking went back to his room. And then, so the guy that found him, he said that he was laying on his door, like asleep on his door, and he like opened it to go to the day room to like play some games. And he saw this dude just like flop down, and then that's when he walked him in there, and like, dude, that was like,
man, that's great.
Yeah. And then we saw him like 3 days later at the chow hall, and we were like he like avoided us like completely, and it was.
So he remembered it slightly.
Oh yeah,
at least.
Wow, yeah. So well, in the end, we ended up getting him back into his dorm. He fucking stumbled in and then just like crashed right on his bed.
You saved this man, dude.
Dude, yeah, well, because he was butt-ass naked on, you know, where females go. You know, like, you get, like, kicked out.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
that's
you get
like,
fucked for that.
yeah. Yeah, jail time.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
public indecency type shit.
They're crazy about that shit.
yeah.
Do you guys have something called Article 15?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a UCMJ thing.
Right.
So that's everyone.
Okay. Yeah, I was threatened with Article 15 in basic, just to kind of scare me. But I was tripping, like you said you were, about the iPads.
Yeah.
Because we had this guy. He's let's say he's very not athletic or not meant to do anything besides sit on a couch.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Little couch potato.
yeah.
Not meant to do anything but sit on a couch.
Skinny little dude can't even freaking run, dude. His dad was a ranger, and so all the drill sergeants started to find out that his dad was a ranger, and he's this guy, and yeah, he went through so much shit, man. Everyone made fun of this. I love this little dude though, and he got hurt so many times.
What do you mean by hurt? Like, define hurt.
Trying to
It's
think
like
of the first.
scrapes and bruises and shit, or like.
He almost lost his leg, dude. I'm serious.
No.
What?
Yes.
Hold up.
He got. I don't remember where. I think it was when we we did an obstacle course where you like go under on a pole, or not a pole, a rope, and like slide down it, and he scraped the shit out of his calves, and the way the medic wrapped him up, his like blood clotted in his leg.
Oh, what the
he
fuck?
literally almost lost his leg. But man,
We had this girl break her wrist on monkey bars.
oh yeah, oh man. At the same
She fell like 2 feet.
Bam. At the same obstacle course, this was this girl, and you have to climb over a wall, like they're tall ass walls, so you gotta have to get people to help you.
Yeah.
And she's at the top, and she jumps, and you just hear a big.
Oh,
I mean, I'm like probably 100 yards away from this girl, and I hear and hear a whole bunch of screaming. This girl's on the ground with her ankle like absolutely mangled.
That's awful.
Yeah, but no,
You know what played in my head? Like, you know what fucking sound played in my head when you said she jumped off the wall?
What?
Like, you know, like the cartoon leg breaking noise?
Yeah.
That's the sound that fucking played in my
Yeah,
head.
exactly. But, oh shoot, where was I talking about this kid that can't get off the couch?
The leg cut
You
off.
know, his
circulation.
leg fucking
Yeah, and
gone.
then there was other times when we'd be rucking and he'd just be chafing so much. So he'd be walking like with a big old rucksack on his back. I felt so bad for that dude. I'd go behind him and grab the rucksack and like try to
Hold it up a
support the
little
weight.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just walking through, just make the funniest fucking noises, dude.
Dude, so
I miss that dude though.
Miles.
I really do.
Taking a lap, or you grabbing a water?
I'm grabbing a water.
You can walk in front of the camera.
Oh no, that's disrespectful, man.
It's fair.
Well, so how does this lead to an Article 15?
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to get back on track. So he didn't actually end up going on the forge with us on the rut because he hurt himself, and I remember what did it this time. There's so many
It's like some
things.
Snowden stuff.
This poor kid, dude. He messed up his hands too. I had to wrap up his hands. Ah, this poor kid. But he didn't get to go on the ruck for the forge with us. But so when we did that, we had these little. They're called more meals. They're like MREs, but more like snacks with more energy and all that kind of stuff.
We
And he
call
had
them
it.
totems.
Okay. He had him. He had it in his bag, and we were unpacking his bag because he's picking up all his stuff because he's gonna get recycled. And I had it up there, and I started eating some of it. And one of my homies went up there, so I gave him some of it. And then this guy up there, the guy that was in our platoon, that hated me because I did some things to him. It was pretty funny. I'll probably talk about that later. But we ended up not knowing what to do with the trash, so we stuck it in a wall. And
No.
Wait, what do you mean you stuck it on a wall?
like a hole in the wall in the laundry room, and we stuck it in there.
Like you snuck these snacks in?
No, we didn't sneak them in, but they were in his bag, because he packed for the forge but didn't actually go.
Oh.
So we were unpacking his bag up in his bay, and he had that more meal in there.
Did you guys eat it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what
No,
that's
yeah.
what he's saying. Him and his homie ate it.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
dude, I like
You
I'm
spaced that
going-
part of the story.
my memory loss is like out the window.
Memory loss.
Okay, bro.
yeah,
The chemicals are kicking in.
yeah. No, we fucked that shit up and put it in a hole in the wall. Like the next day, man, I don't remember how the drill sergeant found out, but then people started snitching that it was me and my buddy because they were threatened to lose family day, which was never going to happen in the first place. But yep, got the counseling for the Article 15 on a desk. It never got turned into the commander, but
Wait, so explain Article 15.
in that situation, I would have got recycled and stayed in basic for like another 2 months, just doing
Oh,
stupid
shit.
shit, lost pay. You could do that without pay, lose rank. I'm no rank, but yeah, it's something you definitely don't want.
No, I guess there's when y'all said Article 15, you said it in a way of like something like sexual misconduct almost.
I mean, like Article 15. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like a broad.
Yeah, I feel like
It's like
it's
a
broad range.
classification of
Yeah.
discipline, I
Because
guess.
when you said it there, it made me think of the fucking in the Dive and Wimpy Kid movie when the girl tries to wrestle. And she's like, "You ever heard of Article 15?" And Greg's like, "Girls aren't supposed to wrestle." I don't know if y'all fucking.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, dude.
So in the Dive and Wimpy Kid movie, there's this annoying ass girl.
I know what
that-
scene you're talking about. I just
Yeah.
don't remember the.
Yeah,
Arti-
she like
Article
mentions
15.
Article 15, and then I'm like fucking 6 years old. Like, what is an Article 15? So like, go on Google. It's like, what is an Article 15? And no, it was like a broad range of like. It's kind of like it's almost general respect as a rule,
Yeah.
almost.
Well, like you could get like a DUI and you
Mhm.
get an Article
Article
15.
Yeah.
You know, like we had.
I didn't know if it was the same thing. So
I have no clue.
I
what
guess
you're
I
talking
guess
about.
I don't know what you're talking about, so maybe I don't know.
yeah, no, it was like a broad range. Maybe I learned what that Article 15 was. Know what the fuck that girl was talking about in the Wimpy Kid movie, but yeah.
Yeah, and well, I remember it was our second week out of basic at this tech school, or second or third week out there. Second week because I was still in the Phase 1 dorms, and it was a Saturday night, and you know everyone got back from Sark Park after drinking. Our curfew was 2 a.m. in our dorms, and so it was midnight on base, 2 a.m. in our dorms on weekends, and so everyone would like leave the park at like 1:40 to 1:50, get back on time, and I got back to my dorm at about 1:50, and you know showered, went to bed, or you know getting ready, go lay down, and I fall asleep at about 2 a.m. Like 2:10, 2:15, just bang, 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 you get the fuck off, get out of here. And I'm thinking like, what the fuck is going on? Like we going to war or some shit? Like dude, they were like screaming like, get your ass out here right now. And I open up the door in my fucking boxers and I'm like trying to like figure out what's going on. And dude, it's K9 unit, SecFo, OSI, everyone. Like the whole shebang is out there. And they're like, get some clothes on and stand right out here right now. And I'm like, okay, you know, fucking put on my PT clothes. And so I stand out there and I'm like so out of it. And I don't know what's going on right now. And then like everyone else is like drunk as shit too. It's because like you don't sober up in like
10
30 minutes.
yeah.
So, you know, everyone's just drunk as shit still. And so, you know, everyone, they go in there, they tear our rooms apart. And like we had an inspection on Sundays, And so we had an inspection the next day at 10 a.m. And so, and they tore it apart. They dumped everything out of my fridge, everything out of my drawers, cleared my wall locker, everything is gone, all over the place. I'm like, fuck. And they're like, okay, sign this waiver right here and go to hangar, blah, 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 blah. And it was like a 2-mile walk that all of us had to do. And we had to go there and we had to stand in a fucking single file line, and there was like 300 of us. And we had to take
snapped me during this.
We had to get a piss test. It was in a cool hangar. We were hanging out with
I talked to you about
Yeah,
this.
so
A10s and F15s and stuff. I was like, yeah, this is sick, dude. Totally worth it.
How many hours ahead is Charleston from here? Do you know?
4.
Charleston's 4.
4.
I was in
So
Texas.
So
it was 3.
Texas. So it's like 3 a.m. that time. I don't remember where I was. If I remember right, this was the night I came back from Race Wars, and it's midnight, and I get a snap from McCoy. I'm laying in my bed. Like, I'm going to bed back at home. And McCoy sent me, I was like, dude, what the fuck is McCoy doing right now? And then I open it, you're like, fuck this bullshit. I have to walk 2 miles for a piss test.
Dude, yeah, we'd stay there. Like, people were there until like 7, 8 a.m., standing in line to take a piss test. And like, you're not allowed to go to the bathroom while you wait. So there's people there fucking like leaning over, like fucking like, I need a piss now kind of thing or whatever. Like, this is like an emergency. Like, yeah, it was fucking awful. And so then the next day, there was like drill instructor, or we didn't call them drill instructors, we call them MTLs, military training leaders. Now it sounds as threatening because like they don't boss you around like basic, but they still like boss you around.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, I need someone to volunteer to work with me today. It's because we had details since I didn't start class yet. Mm-hmm. We need someone to work with me today to do room inspections. Raise your hand if you want it. And no one raises their hands because don't volunteer for shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, Castillo, you're my helper. You're gonna write down everything I tell you. I'm like, okay. So I walk around with a clipboard and he was like, all right, bed's too creased or something like that. Yeah, too many wrinkles. Oh fuck. Okay, sorry. Fridge was, a little smelly. Okay, marked down or whatever. And, we do every single room in this building. And we get down to my room. And he was like, is it this your room? And I'm like, yeah. And, I didn't have time to clean shit. I'm like, fuck. It's because if we passed that, then we moved to different dorms. And then we hit phase 2, which is, more freedom. Like, you can leave base at any time.
That's exactly how it was for me, but not different dorms, just be a little card.
Yeah. And so, but we moved to different ones because we had like 15 different countries that we were there with, and way too many people. And so I'm like, fuck, if I fail this room inspection, I have to wait another 2 weeks until I can get that phase card.
That's fucking tough.
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck, this is my room. And he was like, okay, thank you for helping me, automatic pass. I'm like, no fucking way. Like, dude, I got so happy in that moment right there. And dude, weight lifted. But they just did so much random bullshit too. You guys do FOD walks?
We haven't because we haven't got to that point, but yes, I know what that is.
We had to do FOD walks in the fucking grass outside of our dorms.
What is that? What is a FOD
walk?
So
foreign object and debris. So a fucking paper clip on a flight line, on a runway. You find a paper clip that can get sucked into an engine and FOD it out. Which means fuck it up.
Yeah.
And so we'd literally go around and pick up cigarette butts and fucking gum wrappers and anything, pebbles from the fucking grass field outside of our dorms.
We were picking pebbles?
Yeah, dude. We were super meticulous shit like that.
That's nuts.
It's so ass.
No.
In 115-degree weather in the middle of desert Texas.
And that was a punishment? Is that FOD walk?
No, that's an everyday thing that we did.
Around your dorms too?
Yeah, around our dorms.
Fuck, I had a question.
We got a punishment like that. It's sweeping the sunlight off the drill pad. You just
mop the rain.
Yep, mop the rain. Sometimes you gotta roll over the rocks so they don't get sunburnt.
Dude, we had to organize rocks from size.
Okay,
when we got in trouble for iPads, we had to hand pick grass out of this field, and then we had to sort rocks by size to get our day pass or our base Liberty back for graduation. It's because they did take it away. They signed documents. They're like, okay, we legally took this away from you. And they were like, we will undo it if you repaint the entire fucking squadron building hand pick every weed out of this, like, it was like a fucking, like, 100-acre field. And I'm like, fuck, like, we spent like 4 days out there doing 500 guys out there.
That's fucking
hand picking
nuts.
everything.
I believe it.
And dude, we were fucking determined though. We were like, dude,
yeah, we're locked.
how shitty would it be to leave your family for, months?
Fuck around on an iPad and
Yeah.
they can't see you graduate.
Yeah, well, it's because, even some people didn't even do
didn't
anything.
do it, yeah.
And they lost their family passes, That's like fucked.
Yeah.
So. But we got it back.
What was the worst punishment that you, like, anyone that you knew was dealt, or like that you saw? You were telling me how a guy had to fucking mop up the rain one time, right?
Dude, like, this guy had to carry around a plant. It's because he fucking wasted too much oxygen. So.
Oh yeah, he was talking too much.
That was pretty funny. Okay, well, I guess, like, funny, that was a funny punishment.
Yeah.
Or do you mean like serious
like brutal
punishment?
shit. Yeah, serious punishment.
Okay, well, I mean, like, this was like kind of like, this guy was in a different dorm. So like we had 4 different stairwells in our building, and we had 3 floors on each, 3 stories on each building, and we had 4. I don't know. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay. Tracking. And so I was in the alpha stairway, and this guy was in the Charlie stairway, so it was like kitty cornered to us.
Yeah.
And I guess he like started having issues with guys over there. Like he started like sneaking into guys' beds at night and like trying to touch them and stuff like
What
that.
the fuck?
So like instead of getting recycled right away, we try and give like them like a second chance per se. Which I mean, honestly, I would have been like, fuck that guy, send him back.
Yeah.
Like that's too far from him. And so they sent him over to our stairwell, and he was in the dorms above me. And we heard these stories or whatever that this guy would like, he would go up to guys and whatnot, and so we get protein bars or whatever, and people would like trade them like as currency. Like, okay, I'll take your Firewatch shift. We called it EC. I'll take your EC shift for 3 protein bars. So like, dude, I was never hungry. I have no issue with sleeping, so I was like, I'll take the 2 to 4 a.m. shift, And so
trading that shit like,
yeah, dude,
like
it was
snacks at
money.
fucking elementary school lunch.
Yeah. So he was like, I'll give you protein bars if you let me give you head. Like he was willing to pay people to give them head. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so like he would like go up behind people in like the shower and like try like hugging them and shit like that.
What the
And so he
fuck?
got his shit rocked. Like,
Holy fuck.
And then so, he got in big trouble. The guy who like beat him up or whatever didn't, because like he tried like touching him
Yeah.
in the shower. And so he got sent down to, we had a COVID isolation room, but like no one really used it for COVID.
Yeah.
And so it was just like 1 bed and then 1 chair. And that was all that was in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the most like sad and depressing thing ever. And so
Fucking brick room with 1 chair and 1 bed.
it literally was. It was just a white room with fucking.
That's the shit I end up
bed
in my
and a chair.
dreams. That's the back room I spawn in when I lucid dream too hard.
With 1 sheet and 1 blanket, which was like everyone had that though.
I can exactly imagine this room. I really hope every single viewer was able to imagine that room right there.
Yeah, and then there's 1 door, and then like you can like kind of see the bed, and then you just see the chair that's facing you.
This is the shit Kanye
So-
was locked in on when he was making Donda.
Probably.
That's where he was doing push-ups and shit.
And so he was put on suicide watch because he said he was gonna like kill himself or
Damn.
something like that.
Holy.
So, so we had, my dorm was in charge of watching him, and we had 2 people watch him 24/7. So like we had to watch him sleep and everything like that. So I always got tasked with it, like right as we were going.
Wait, how did that work? Was there like a camera in the room, or did you have to sit in the room with him?
So the door was right there, and we had 2 chairs outside of the door, so we can like see in, and we can like kind of see the bed and see the chair. And he would just sit there and just like stare at us. It was like weird as shit. We weren't allowed to talk at all. We weren't allowed to like study. We literally just had to sit there and watch this guy sit.
It's like watching fucking paint dry.
Dude, well, we actually did have to watch paint dry, too. And but that was one of our punishments.
You ever had to watch concrete settle?
No, I've never had to do that. So I was stuck with we go to bed at 2100 or 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had 2-hour shifts to watch this guy. And I'd always go from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I'd always like lose an hour of sleep, which kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But whatever. And I was always paired with the gay dude that was hitting on me. I was always paired with that guy going down there.
Shit.
So, I'm hanging out with like 2 gay guys, for 2 hours a night and stuff like that. And so
Dude, I can't wait to put that as an intro clip. Holy shit.
And so this dude, like, he could come and ask us, like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. Will you walk me to the bathroom? We're like, yeah. So then we like walk him to the fucking bathroom, which was like in a different part of the building. Like, do you guys have CQ?
Mm-hmm.
So, this COVID isolation was in CQ. So we had like colonels and lieutenant colonels.
What's CQ?
Oh, it's not like that for me. It's just a desk.
Oh, CQ is like where all like the higher ups like sit.
Okay.
And they monitor who comes in and comes out
okay.
and stuff like that. So like you guys have to like clock in and
Yep.
clock out. So it's that, but the sergeants and whatnot do that. At basic.
Oh yeah, we didn't have nothing like that at basic.
Yeah.
That was just fire guard. Sit outside your bay in a hallway at a desk, plop down.
Yeah. So we had to sit in CQ and like a lot of high-ranking people. Chief master sergeants are it ranged from E7 to E9, which are like E9's the highest you can go.
Yeah.
And then an insane amount of
Wait,
officers.
E9, you can be a pilot, right? Like
No.
for aircraft?
Officer.
How do you become that?
You have to be an officer.
Okay.
You have to go to college or the academy,
Okay.
stuff like that. It was, way harder to do. I'm not mentally capable of that. Yeah. And, but so we would like go to the bathroom or whatever, and he'd be like, so what did I do wrong? And like, so they didn't tell us anything at the time.
Oh, shit.
They were like, this dude wants to kill himself, just make sure he doesn't kill himself. And so like, I knew nothing about this guy when I had to go watch him. And I thought he was just like suicidal or something. And I'm like, I don't know, man, what did you do? And he goes, I didn't do anything. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know then, He's like, am I in trouble? I'm like, I don't know, man, what did you do? He's like, I don't know. I didn't do anything.
Blind leading the blind.
I didn't do anything wrong. And I'm like, okay, well, fuck, all right. And so, but like he kept on asking, he was like, so do you think it's bad if I have to meet with the commander tomorrow morning? I'm like, you meet with the fucking commander tomorrow morning? Like, dude, like you fucked up, like either you're getting coined or you're getting kicked out of the military. And I don't think you're getting coined if you're, sitting here in suicide watch,
Yeah.
And he's like, oh man, I don't know, do you think I could graduate with you guys still? I'm like, dude, I don't fucking think so. This was like 4 days before graduation too.
Holy shit.
And he's like, fuck, you think can I do this? Can I do that? I'm like, dude, I don't fucking know. He was like, okay. And then he would just like sit there. He'd just like sit like this. It was just for like hours.
Bro's reflecting his whole life trying to figure out what the fuck he did.
Yeah. And then so later on that week we had another class or whatever. And
Imagine he was like a fucking wild drug dealer or some shit, or like did some mad illegal shit, and he thought they like found out or something.
Yeah.
Because you guys didn't know anything. Like you guys watching didn't know anything.
Yeah, we didn't know what he did. But then I made friends with this other dude from that stairwell that he was originally put in.
Okay. And they were able
they
to
told
tell
me,
you?
they were like, yo, no, this dude was like touching guys and stuff like that.
That's
and
fucked.
I'm like, dude, fuck that guy, I hope he fucking gets kicked out of the military. And he did. He's going through like the whole court system. Like he's being prosecuted and everything.
Damn.
So like, dude got like royally fucked. He definitely got an Article 15.
More than that.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah.
We
He got ELS'd. Or no, he was dishonorably discharged because they pushed him through graduation and then dishonorably discharged.
Damn.
So,
So he got like double fucked.
Yeah, he did.
We had this this guy that showed up to AIT with me where I'm at now, and I always thought like he was kind of a strange guy. He had on his camel pack he had written Candyman, because in
Like there's a movie, Candyman.
what's it about?
It's like about this, like fucking, this like murderer who. Like,
Ironic. We'll get there. So
it's like about this. If I remember right, it's like this.
The movie's about this guy.
Hold up.
Might
let me
be.
like look up the plot of fucking Candyman. I watched it. If I remember right, it's like this murderer that like lures his fucking victims in with candy. If I remember right.
Well, anyways, this guy, at first I always thought it was weird. He said that he was called the Candyman because in basic he really liked candy, and he would have his parents send him pictures of candy. Like, and he'd just keep these pictures of candy and look at them. And
he collected that shit like some people collect fucking nudes. That's
yeah,
fucked.
And he was
That's nuts. Dude, my eyes only just photos of fucking Sour Patch Kids.
literally, dude. And a few weeks after that, there were MPs outside of our barracks, and they ended up bringing him in. And none of us had any clue what was going on with him, why he was gone. But they put him in a jail cell, and then brought him back a few weeks later. This is like maybe even just a month ago. He was back, and they had him up on the 3rd floor because he was on suicide watch too. So they had 2 sergeants that are for that, I guess. So he just had 2 people walking around with him. He didn't have any shoelaces in his shoes. But turns out he was texting his girlfriend, and like his girlfriend was trying to break up with him or like stop talking to him, and he wouldn't stop trying to contact her. He'd be making these making fake accounts and trying to contact her, and her dad found out and reported his name to the MPs. So the MPs came and caught him. And the story that has come out like on the internet is, I don't know how to put this story to its full justification, but he was planning on killing this girl. Like, he had a box with a knife and a costume in it, like a mile away from her house in the woods.
What the fuck?
Like, he was planning on killing this girl. And they went through his room and went through all his books, and there's a whole bunch of weird stuff about like knives and like kill all over his books and stuff. Crazy dude, man.
Some Joker type shit. No, okay, that's actually kind of similar to this movie. A ghost story about a supernatural hook-handed killer. In present day, an artist was able to explore the history of Candyman, not knowing it's... Okay, wait, that's like... It's a synopsis. That's like fucking glazing the movie. But it's like... Yeah, it's this killer that has a hook hand, and he like lures everyone in buy candy.
That's very ironic.
That's
what they call him in basic.
That's
he's
so crazy.
Just a weird dude. And we actually had a kid that was on suicide watch during basic. They brought his bed out of the bay and sat it next to the AG desk so he would sleep there with the lights on and 2 people watching him at all times. He didn't have any shoelaces in, was never able to touch a gun.
Whoa, wait, it gets even weirder. So this became like a story, like, I guess it's like based off of like a ghost story, like a supernatural, like you know, like, oh, my grandma saw this.
Mm-hmm. Fable?
Yeah, fable. It's like a local urban legend that the Candyman, who was a vengeful spectator of a slave and artist that was executed by a lynch mob after falling in love and impregnating a white woman, and he could be summoned by having his name repeated 5 times. So it was a slave watcher who got fucking lured one of them in, got him pregnant, and then could be summoned. That's fucked.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Lured him in, got killed, said his name 5 times. Damn. No, that's actually...
That is weird now.
That's so creepy. Like, I find that book thing, you're like writing it in the book.
Mm-hmm.
A box with that shit in the woods?
A knife and like a costume and a mask.
What the fuck?
He's like one of the guys that joined the army to like kill people.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons. He was a whiskey though, so he was not flying the drones that actually kill people. But
damn. No,
weird.
I'd be fucking tweaking. Like, I'd always be looking over my fucking shoulder if I was that girl. Holy. Damn.
No, that's sketchy.
But previously you asked a question like, what was the worst punishment we had?
Yeah.
Are you like personally me or what I've seen?
What you had to witness? Like, what you had to fucking see? What'd someone have to do?
I don't remember what I think. Well, we had some crazy shit that didn't get punished. Like, there was one guy that waffle stomped his shit down the drain in the shower.
What the fuck?
That was funny. He came into the bay afterwards after he got. He went back in the bay after it happened and was like breaking down crying, so sad that happened. Offered to clean the entire bay. after we were done shooting, they had him put on his ACH, his rifle, his plate carrier, all his gear, and he did up downs where you like run a little bit, drop, get up, jump again. He along the rifle range. I think he did that for about 3.5 hours.
Damn.
Like straight.
Cause he wobble stomp.
No, this is a different guy. It's because he didn't make his bed.
Oh, I forgot about that part. Yeah. Damn.
We had to make our bed and unmake our bed. Like you guys had like full hospital corners,
Yep.
everything like that. So we had to do that, and then I don't remember what it was called, but like we had to like fold our blankets a certain way and like leave it at the end of our bed when we wanted to change our linen, and we had to do that for like 7 hours straight,
Damn.
8 hours straight, just because
Make
like
and unmake the bed.
yeah, for no reason. Like there were some people who were selected to like go do details. That's what we called like go do other work. So we go like do details, and they were like picking up trash from like the graduation because we got 7.5 weeks of basic. But when you hit the 5th week, you help out the 7th weekers graduate, and like you stand there and you watch them, and you're like security for them, and you like pick up trash and stuff like that. I don't know what the point was. I wasn't selected to go do that, and I had to make beds for 8 hours straight. So they're like, okay, since they're having fun, they can go eat real food because they were able to like, I don't even know. They were saying that they could eat like anywhere on base and whatnot. Like it was like a base liberty for them too. And I'm like, damn, this is fucked up, There's people out here eating like Burger King and Popeyes and stuff while I'm fucking making beds all day, And it was like the same beds too, over and over and over and over. I was like losing my shit.
No, that'd make me go fucking stir crazy. Like literally just doing the same shit over and over. That's nuts.
Something else bad that happened about 2 weeks ago. We had this guy, and first of all, you're not supposed to leave base on a Friday, but we have a free for all Friday where you can go like to the store and get whatever kind of food you want instead of going to another DFAC. And first of all, you're not supposed to leave base on Friday, and you're not supposed to have a POV, which is like a personally owned vehicle. Or drive in one. And here comes Friday, and he decides him and 2 of his buddies are going to go steal his dad's Mustang. So they take the Mustang, drive it around town, and then...
Probably go to a couple takeovers, hit a couple people.
But the police tried to pull him over, and he got...
he ran.
Yep.
Fuck.
He crashed. He was doing
average Mustang owner shit.
Yeah. He was doing like 85 and a 35 down the middle of town.
Sick.
Tried to make a corner around a Burger King. Hit the curb, totaled the car, and then
Burger King foot lettuce.
decided that he wanted to go on foot and try to run away from the cops.
That's the worst thing you could fucking do.
Yeah.
Car is stupid enough, but fucking on foot.
Mm-hmm.
On foot is cooked. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
After crashing a Mustang.
That's
the average Mustang owner shit.
Very.
Okay, Nana gave us snacks.
Hell yeah. No, okay. What is it with Mustangs? Like genuinely. What is it with Mustangs?
Good, thank you.
I want a brownie.
I know you would, fat ass.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm taking a Rice Krispie.
But the next day that night when it happened, the battalion CSM, which is a command sergeant major, like the person most in charge, going like the enlisted way, so being a sergeant, not going through like officer school or whatever. But she came down and talked to us.
E9?
Yeah.
Okay.
She came down and talked to us and said how she was so disappointed because apparently in her mind we all knew that this was happening because there's like a private network or whatever where we all know what's going on.
What?
So the next day we woke up an hour earlier than what we were supposed to, sit around in formation, made a whole bunch of formations, a whole bunch of stupid shit, and then did area beautification for 10 hours. So you got people were out there sweeping the sunlight off the concrete and all kinds of stuff, picking weeds, but...
Flipping over rocks so they don't get sunburned.
Exactly. But it was actually a terrible idea for them to have us do that because in our tool shed, we have like axes and pickaxes and like shears. People were cutting down trees that they weren't supposed to. There was someone had a broken axe and decided to swing it as hard as they possibly could into a stump. So it was stuck in there, and then people were trying to get it out, but they were getting it more stuck. We ended up breaking like 4 tools trying to get this broken tool out of a stump.
Fucking stump. What the
It's crazy stuff. And then, I mean, it was bad because when they had us stop so so abruptly, so there were still like piles of leaves and trash all over the place, so it looked worse than when we first started.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, that was kind of fun though. I had fun cutting down trees and.
People were cutting down trees they weren't supposed to. I had fun cutting down trees.
No.
Yeah.
When we had our beautification, I had fun. That's when we hand-picked everything and whatnot. Because we also like had to paint stuff. But then like, also once you're done
I
graduating.
low-key don't think painting would be that bad.
Okay, but you're painting beige on
Yeah.
more beige.
Everywhere.
I think that's better than picking weeds in a 100-acre field for 4 days.
Well, we had to do both.
Oh,
Like I had to do both.
Yeah, I didn't
so,
think about that. I didn't think about that.
So, but like at the end of basic or whatever, you're allowed to like paint an area in your dorm, like how you want it, like put a mural up and stuff like
that's
that.
sick.
And dude, like, I wish I had my phone, bro, to take a picture of this, because like we had like the most badass mural on
What'd
that
you put
thing.
on that?
It was a graveyard, and it was like we had like some inside jokes in it on or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
Throw a
then
little SP in there at all?
we did.
Hell yeah.
So, I did on the bottom left, like the artists or whatever. You know, you put like one of my names because I came up with like some of the designs, and like I put a little SP.
I see.
So, yeah, it's somewhere on Facebook. I got to find my instructor's Facebook somewhere, but if I contact him within 6 months of me graduating from tech school, then I get an Article 15. So, not gonna do that. Not gonna risk it.
That's nuts.
So I got like,
Wait, why is that?
it's because the whole like thing, because also some people
Oh.
would like be like, hey, I'll let you fuck me if you help me out get through basic,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
So,
Makes sense.
it's like a favorite thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had actually just recently, like 2 weeks ago or something, one of my basic training drill sergeants killed themselves.
Whoa.
Found him dead in his house. He had some problems going on though. He was not all there. Do you have a lot of suicides where you're at?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
In my barracks, the ones I live in, they're supposedly haunted. There has been 6 deaths in them in the past 2 years, 4 overdoses and 2 suicides. One guy brought his M4 in to his room, snuck a bullet in there, and right all over the ceiling and everything. Somebody actually lives in that room right now.
Holy
And then
shit.
upstairs on the 3rd floor, someone hung themselves in their wall locker because their girlfriend broke up with them.
Hung themselves with what?
A belt,
Yeah.
rope, anything.
That's so crazy.
Well, we had like hooks, and like we didn't have like full shower heads or anything like that, so you couldn't like tie anything. Or like the hooks, like they were like pressure, so anything more than like 5 pounds, they'd like fall down.
break.
Yeah,
Command hook.
kinda. Well, it was like metal, but like there's like a spring, so like it'd hold it up, but then like too much weight would like
Oh,
spring
okay.
would go down.
Like the shit that protects your wall from the door handle. That's like at the bottom. Y'all ever have that? It's like
I know
the
what you're talking about.
the
You flick it and it
spring-
goes dong,
Yeah,
dong.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, kind of, but no. You're getting the idea, kind of.
You
Yes.
you didn't know what the fuck that was.
Well, I know what it is, but like, it's
Why
not what
would
I
you
was trying to
compare
say.
it? Yeah.
Dude, that's like
Yeah, 2 different things. Yeah,
like apples to oranges. Like they're kind of similar, but,
but
like
not really.
no.
That's why I said kind of like.
Yeah.
But
No, not really.
So what exactly is your job? What do you do?
So I'm a C-17 crew chief,
Okay.
and so I'm maintenance. I'm just like a glorified Jiffy Lube on an airplane, basically. Like that's what they were told me.
Glorified
They're like,
Jiffy
they're like,
Lube.
you're a crew chief, and I'm like, okay, so like, what exactly is that? It's because the dude was a crew chief too, and he was like, you're a Jiffy Lube. I was like, fuck, okay, and
You're a Jiffy Lube.
well, we do like cool stuff like we get to fly with the airplane,
Mhm.
so which is like really big for me. Like, you know, this airplane goes to Germany. I'm going with my airplane to Germany. You know, I'm spending the month that it's there. You know, we're going to, let's go to Israel. Fuck, I guess I'm going to Israel. You know, like, I don't know, man. And but no, we do stuff like lubes, tire changes.
Jiffy Lube.
Yeah, but like we also do like more so like we replace like the life rafts, I guess. Like
An alignment.
yeah. I don't know. So like I guess we're a jack of all trades but master at none. So like we have to know what-
Mediocre at everything, but not super good at one.
Sure. Yeah, I guess if you want to put it that way. But like we have like specialties. So we got hydro, E&E, HVAC, avionics.
What is HVAC like in a C-17?
Like I don't know.
Air conditioning?
Yeah. I don't know much about it. I just know that we have like bleed air, which is like what pressurizes like the airplane and stuff like that.
Okay.
Which actually comes from the exhaust of the jet engine. So like whenever you're inside of an airplane, you can like smell the exhaust a little bit. It's completely unfiltered. Like you're inhaling like toxic chemicals and stuff like that. Like it's really bad for you. But like no one gives a fuck. I don't know why. But you know, plastic straws are gonna end the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But you know, they'll let you inhale like oils and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so like I know how to like troubleshoot stuff and like we have like TOs or whatever. Like you know what TO is?
Like the alcohol?
No.
You said what?
TO.
Not Tito.
Like a
Stay
technical
sober,
order,
boys.
Okay.
like on a laptop or whatever. So we got these like laptops, and
That's what he said, right?
it's a step-by-step guide.
Like the alcohol.
And it's literally a step-by-step guide. Anyone could read this and like figure out how to fix this thing. Like to turn on power, it's like open up door, plug in cord, turn on generator, walk up the stairs, look to see if light is on for external power, flip switch to turn on battery. Like it is, and it has pictures with every step too. So like
That's great.
it's like a in-depth Lego book. It's like a Lego book but with words. So like very basic.
Sometimes those Lego books kind of get confusing.
Okay, well yeah, sometimes they get confusing. It's like
But there's,
okay,
there's a word description when you get lost.
yeah, okay, well one of them is
Consider the
like
following.
one of the steps are like install covers. What? Okay, how? You know, like okay, I gotta crawl up to this 6.5 foot tall engine and put this covers on and like make sure I don't fuck anything up. Like, how do I do that? You know, it's like I don't know, install covers. Like okay, so like you could figure out how to do anything with that, and so we just do a lot.
That's
of
where like in the
troubleshooting.
Lego book when it tells you to spin it, but it tells you to spin it like a weird ass angle, and you don't know where you're looking at.
Yeah, but if we can't fix it, then we have to call up the specialist.
Okay.
But normally when the
So
specialist
that's like the
comes out-
dealership instead of Jiffy Lube.
Kinda.
The
Well,
junk
it's
didn't
like
land, fuck.
it's like taking your car to a dealership, and then they'd be like, okay, yeah, your transmission, or taking your car to a normal mechanic, and they'd be like, your transmission's bad. I'd take it to a transmission shop, and then you take it to a transmission
Okay,
shop.
I see.
Or you can like kind of run the risk of like this dude like maybe fucking up your transmission, just because he's not that experienced.
Backyard mechanic.
Yeah, we're a backyard mechanic. So like, I don't know how much you could talk about yours, because I know like that's like a whole different ball game.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you some things, but you're gonna have to ask, because I'll end up talking. I love it so much, so I'll just end up talking about stuff. So, ask a question.
Like, what's school like? What are you doing in class? So you playing Flight Simulator for your homework? War of Thunder? Or
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we go through different sections of what we learn, and like the first bit of it was just a whole bunch of ground school, like how to taxi an aircraft, how to make ATC calls and stuff. But we'll go through different sections where we learn different parts about the job itself. Yep.
Okay. So like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a way to word this, because like
You told me about this in the gym, but I want to learn a little bit more about it. What is necessarily like, what's the camera like? You were telling me about like, it can tell the difference if I'm wearing like a hoodie and a shirt from 20,000 feet in the air.
Something like that.
Like how necessarily detailed is that? Is it like a fucking? Is it like
don't say anything you're not allowed to say.
No,
right?
yeah.
Like, what is it like? 1080p
Just
or
remember
like
Op Sex always
4K.
watching.
Yeah, this guy's
Like-
CIF. Huh?
Yeah. What are you? Who are you working with right
I'm
now?
just
okay?
wondering.
Who are you talking about?
I'm wondering if it's like a fucking, if it's like pixelated or if it's like HD.
Is this like a school fight camera, or is this like
Is it
Quentin
like
Tarantino's-
that or like a fucking school camera quality?
It depends on how close I am.
Okay. So from like 20,000 feet, is that like the fucking school fight Snapchat video that's been screen recorded a million times?
Something like that.
Do you guys have lasers?
What
What do you mean by
in
that?
what way?
Defense lasers or attack lasers?
Not lasers that actually do something. We have lasers that'll guide something somewhere.
We have defense lasers on our airplane.
Really? Like
Yeah. Missiles shot at us, we can shoot at it and fry it and then make it explode in the air. Which is like insane.
That's so crazy.
Are you allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, but I can't talk about like how it works. But like,
You talk about that, you do have it.
yeah. I mean, it's like, you can look at the airplane and you can like see it on the side of it. So like, I mean, but, well also like even like Israel's got videos of them like shooting the stuff down and whatnot. Or they call it like what, the Iron Dome
Iron
or
Dome,
something.
yeah.
So,
That's pretty cool. I didn't know they had stuff like that.
yeah. So I don't know much about like drones really. So like what drone do you have? Because I know like I know like the MQ-9, that's the Reaper.
Yep.
That's
Is this where I
what
go? So the MQ-9, that's the Reaper. That's what the Air Force uses. It's a little bit bigger, can hold more ordnance and
Okay.
whatnot, bigger range. But what I have the MQ-1. God, it's called the Gray Eagle.
Okay.
So it's a little bit smaller, same exact like look, except my tail fins go down and the Predators go up, like the
Okay.
back. But yeah, a lot of the same stuff like MQ. The M stands for multi-purpose, so you can do reconnaissance or attack, and Q is unmanned. So that's where those two things correlate. But the 9 and the 1, that's where it's different.
Yeah.
We actually have two Reaper drones at our airfield that are for border patrol, so they go and look for little people and try to run across.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
Oh,
to
you
see-
say air-fueled?
Yeah.
What does that necessarily mean?
like
It doesn't need an engine. Is it like a propeller?
I'm
like
so
a normal-
confused.
So you said what was it? Airfield?
Airfield, yeah,
What does that necessarily mean?
like the strip of land where airplanes take off and land.
Yeah.
It is literally an airplane, like
Oh shit! When you said air-fueled, what did you say?
field.
I thought you said fueled. I was like, what the? How are you fueling a drone with air? I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Airfield. Okay, a lot more sense. I'm just a little slow.
Happens.
Do those C-17? Those are what engine do those have? If you can tell me.
We have a Pratt & Whitney. I don't know the exact name. I don't know. But I actually,
LSX.
it's an LS engine. Yeah, that's me
Boss
compared to the
302.
engine.
Okay.
So,
Four
yeah.
of those, right? 2 on each wing.
Yeah. I got actually a little model of a
Oh, right
C-17.
on.
Yeah. If you want to look at it. I don't know.
Yeah, I see some questions about this.
Yeah.
You know what these are?
Yeah, those are winglets.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like
Quizzing him on his
a
own shit.
mechanic, you know? Yeah, I have to like fix those.
How does it fly?
So, actually, I do know this because I asked that question.
Oh, you figured it out.
Yeah.
For the past like 2 months, we were talking about like how the fuck does this big thing fly?
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, like logistically, I don't know how it flies. Like this thing can take off with 585,000 pounds. How?
How many do you fit Abrams in there?
Yeah, you could fit one in there.
Just one?
Yeah. Well,
Because of weight or size?
It's because of weight.
Yeah, that motherfucker's big. How many Bradleys can you fit in there?
I don't know what a Bradley is. Honestly.
A Chad.
You could fit 2 Blackhawks.
Really?
Yeah, but that's because of size. I don't know. We transport Marine One on them.
What's that?
The president's helicopter.
Okay.
We do that sometimes, often actually. Yeah, you can fit up to 102 people in there. I want to say 20-something pallets. depending on size. We do a lot of airborne stuff though.
Okay.
So we have you can fit 102 people in there with the seats, and then we have 2 troop doors in the back, and we have little cables. You jump out.
Is this what they used to jump?
Yes.
They use C-17s all the time?
Sometimes C-130s,
Okay.
but this is the main one. This is our new and improved stuff because it's just more maneuverable. It has the same flight control system as an F-16. It's because we're so maneuverable. But
Can you do Halo too?
yes, we do Halo. Actually,
What's Halo?
that's like you ever COD?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
So it stands for high altitude, low opening. So, for instance, you'll be up there, 30,000 feet. You got a whole bunch of badass dudes in the back with oxygen tanks and
Yeah.
parachutes, and they jump out and
Yeah.
free fall instead of airborne, where you're connected to a wire where it pulls your chute automatically. You pull
Yeah.
your chute by yourself.
Okay, I see.
Even up to 800 feet above the ground.
Whoa, that's fucked.
yeah.
That's nuts.
I watched this video. It was a training exercise they did on with some Ranger Halo people, and they did exercise where they pretended to take over the president. So they jumped onto the White House lawn.
Whoa, what the fuck?
I heard about that. Some of the guys that I know were down there for that exercise.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. We do a thing too, I think it's called Ready. It's REDDI or something, or something red, something with red. I don't know, but it's the entire Pacific prepares for stuff. And it's pretty
Okay.
sick. We got this year we had the B-1 bomber, B-2 bomber, B-52. We had F-35s, F-16s, F-22s, and every type of refueler, C-17s. They were doing a lot of stuff. And we did training down in Mexico and stuff like that too. Or not in Mexico, the Gulf of Mexico. Where people would be jumping out of those things into the water and taking over ships that were pirates took over and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm excited to be part of that. You get to fly on there and put on a harness and dangle your feet out the back or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I signed up for. Yeah, let's do that stuff. But I can't start fully flying until this summer when I'm fully qualified.
Okay.
So
Heck yeah.
All right. I think we covered a lot of bases. We got two hours of footage. That's
2
nuts.
hours.
2 hours. Yeah, coming up on it. So, y'all feel like we covered enough?
Sure, I'm down.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Thank y'all for watching. This was a interesting one for me to film. This is a whole nother thing for me. Usually in a pod, I feel like I talk a whole lot more. In every other pod, I never stop yapping. But in this one, I've been sitting and taking in information. So, yeah. All right, thank y'all. Both their Instagrams and whatever socials you want me to put in the description, we'll be there.
For sure.
Go follow them. All right, later. Thank you.